Hello and welcome everyone back into the all-out weekend. We're beginning with a Terrakion off our incense immediately. Very first spawn, as I've just left the house, put the incense down, put the free shock on, Terrakion's back. So this is our first attempt at the legendary today. But I do want to see if the luck is going to continue. I've got a second chance, because I think yesterday we had a very good day with 13 out of 32 encounters. One rolling out. Got a third chance at this one. Thanks everybody who commented on the first video from the Saturday. Appreciate you guys, because I've seen some people having good fortune, some people having bad fortune. RNG is RNG. Out it goes. Now we got a fourth attempt. Okay, this Terrakion's being quite nice. So let's go for a great throw. That used to work yesterday. One roll, two roll, and out it comes. Got a fifth attempt. Oh my God. Okay, that was a terrible throw. Nice throw. It's probably going to go at this point. One roll, two roll. And it's finally gone after 5 attempts. What I do want to see today is how things pan out, not just for myself in this video, but how you guys do. So let me know how Sunday treated you, depending on if it goes on to Monday as well or not. Have you managed to encounter a shiny one? I have seen a few people getting shiny ones, but people are reporting that it's a full odds shiny rate for the legendaries from Incense. I'm not 100% sure about. I haven't seen anybody confirming that with stats and figures and stuff on, I don't know, Reddit or anything like that. But if it is a full odds shiny rate for the legendaries, that's pretty poor. But I will say, from yesterday's haul, I cannot possibly determine if it's a full odds shiny rate or not, because you may remember the most common legendary we saw yesterday was Rayquaza with 4 encounters. And as you know, you can go 100 legendary raids that are 1 in 20 shiny rate and not get a legendary shiny. So I think it's a bit foolhardy and a bit presumptuous to assume a 1 in 512 shiny rate when we've seen evidence of people getting shinies. And considering the variety coming off Incense, you are very unlikely to find the same legendary twice, let alone enough times to call it a 1 in 20 rate. But let's see if we can get a Virizion. It's not shiny, that's a new one. 2441. Okay, nice to see that one. Very easy, excellent to hit this one. And okay, 2 rolls and out and instantly gone. So we've had 2 runners today. Let's see if we can get ourselves anything interesting. Oh, it's not an orange torpedo, but our very first sighting of one of the Eon duo from Hoenn. 3rd legendary and getting an excellent. I have my eye in from years of playing, but it's gone. So 3-0 today, but it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And a Silwaddle, lovely. I've seen a few other complaints necessarily about this event, which are the spawns themselves. It's supposed to be a bit of everything spawning, but you can see we've had quite a lot of the same stuff, and I think that's due to it being more biome focused. Seen plenty of random evolved things, which has been good. So it's not a case of everything spawning. I think it's if you move around into different areas, then you'll see different things. We've got our first encounter with the Moltres, not shiny, but 2970. Now I think from memory, Poke actually encountered a full-on level 50 one. Let's give it a Golden Raz and the standard Ultra Ball and see. Land the excellent. I've always struggled with the excellence on Moltres, more so with the Galarian form, but it's actually in the ball. First throw, 1 excellent and 1 capture out of 4 encounters, and it's a 3-star, I think it's 87%. So for a wild legendary, not too bad. We've even got Blissey and stuff like that in the wild. Okay, we've already, not red again, 2489. We've got another duplicate here. I tell you, the moment I stop the camera, we start getting stuff. Red circle on it, easy to get the excellence on that one, and it's straight out. And Virizion never played nice with me, even back in the day. That was one of my longest standing shiny hunts to get the legendary shiny. 73 raids back in, what was it, 2019 or something, I think. Slack off. Nice to see you back in the wild, my friend. It's the wrong kind of bird. We've got a Talo. That's not green. I just about sniped that one from underneath a Pokestop. It had a panic attack. I'm sure you guys are familiar. Tap where the spawn is and sometimes it brings you either another Pokemon from underneath it or the Pokestop itself. But Regidrago, we have now seen 5 of the Regis. Regigigas, Regice, Registeel, Regieleki we actually managed to catch, and now Regidrago. Boom. Don't forget, Regidrago and Regieleki had a move update at some point that actually made them somewhat good, but that's 1 throw and done. 1 for 6. Out of today. Literally spawned on top of that Pokestop that now my Go++ is claiming. What's coming off the Incense next is always the big question. It's going to be a Sork. You may remember we started yesterday with the Kyogre fleeing on the Incense because I was too slow. Not making that mistake again. 3139 is a insanely high number. Definitely not the highest we have seen. Come on, 1 roll, 2 roll. It's a 3. 1 excellence and a catch, so that is what? 2 for 7, I think. Beautiful. If only it was lower level. PvP Groudon. That would have been good. I mean, to be honest, it'd be good for a random trade. super high level. We got another Zeki 3023 CP. It's not dissimilar from the one we had yesterday. Cool. And getting excellent. They're not difficult excellence these days. Some of the legendaries back in the day used to be very challenging, but this one is a one and done. So that's it, not today. This is the thing of just seeing what we can get, to be honest. I'm not overly concerned about IVs. I do want to try and tackle some of the Ultra Beasts, but ooh, it's not a green Dialga, 2816. Actually, that's not dissimilar from what the regular Weather Boost would be, to be honest. Francesca managed to find one of these on the bus yesterday. Didn't catch it, didn't have any joy. That was an awful throw. Close to an excellent, but okay, give me a second chance. No, instantly gone. I think maybe we're not having as good a luck as we did yesterday. One more Terrakion, not a shiny, but 3145. Let's see, 50% catch rate for this thing. Let's see which way it's going to skew. One roll, two roll, and out. And it's going to give us another chance. Terrakion, quite a forgiving one, I think. Let's try the counterclockwise. One roll, and out. Is it gonna go? It's gone. Okay, Terrakion not playing nice now. Ooh, Toxicroak. Shame you couldn't have been shiny, my friend. Got another shot at the Zacian, 3169. Not quite as large as the one we had yesterday. Gives me a vague remnants of hope. Marta managed to catch one this morning. Get the excellent. There's not much more we can do apart from hope for a, sadly not another chance. Instant flee. And back-to-backing with an Aerodactyl. Landers, 2535. I think this is the third or fourth we've actually seen. We've yet to see Tornadus, actually. Saw the tiny Thunderous yesterday, but I think both times this thing refused to catch. So one roll, instantly out, and it gives us a second chance. Thank goodness for that. We can go miss it entirely. Oh dear. I forget how far away the genies actually are. One roll, and out. Third time, no, another Fleer. Most unfortunate. Oh great, Spritzy. Spritzy today, definitely the most common spawn off Incense. While we're at it, let's claim this spawn for Volcanion. Of course, it's a Carbink. Finally managed to get a batch of 9 2s for disappointment. Let's see what we get. We'd had 2 hundos in 2 days and hatched a shiny Riolu yesterday, so why not? Might as well try and get something good. I'm just babbling, nattering on as I watch my incubators burn away. Got a Mam Junior and a Munchlax, that's it. And a Mantike. And possibly the final egg, Munchlax. There you go. Any extra hundos? No, no extra hundos that time. That's okay. It's our third chance at a Tapu. Previous 2 have caught. 27-29 on the Tapu Koko. I think it's probably my favorite of the 4. So we can actually try and hit a decent throw on the legendary. 1 roll and 2 roll. And it's gone. Okay, Tapu definitely not playing as nice today. So RNG is obviously a factor. They're free legendaries, they're random spawns at the end of the day. And yes, I am raiding Pikachu. We got ourselves our first shiny of today, a Lechonk in the wild, 431 CP. You may remember we traded Angus, one of our shiny Lechonk, on, was it the previous weekend? Kalos Tour Global. Got my pig back. Let's see if it's gonna be good. It's not weather boosted this time around, so let's find out. 431 is 1 star. Spectacular. Good number of Lechonk, but we've had plenty of shinies of it actually over the years. I really need myself a Ditto spawn. Ooh, Thunderous. Hello again. Not a tiny one this time. That's perfect timing on that front. Good to see it again. Right, let's try. Flick straight in the eye. 1 roll and 2 roll. And stay. Nope, another instant flee. So they're not being as forgiving, that's for sure today, but I'm definitely not going to lose any sleep over it. Don't forget, all these legendaries are going to be available in raids at some point in the not too distant future. Zacian and Zamazenta are literally arriving next week. It's going to be easier time to catch them, better IVs, they probably have a better shiny rate. Better to go for the raids. Trying to go for things that are ditto, and we get ourselves a green snake. So we've got ourselves another shiny for the day. Won't say no to it, to be honest. I like the Ekans. Haven't had a shiny Ekans in a long while. And time to see. It was cloudy boosted. 2-star goodness. And have we got anything cool waiting for us? I don't think. Oh, it's another snake. Got another batch of eggs. So let's see if anything can come from these. It's been a while since we got that Thunderous, actually. Almost looped majority of Ealing Broadway. Bonsley, no shiny. Let's see. Riolu, would have been good to have you as a yellow dude. Or that, I only ever had 1 Mantike. Smoochum, Tyrogue, despise that thing. Bonsley, and some total of uselessness. Great stuff, and waiting for us on the other side is a Makuhita. Finally, we got another shot at a Heatran, 2690 on the CP. Not shiny, obviously. The previous one we faffed around with because we needed to do Apple Pay. We were running for the bus. Just about scraped an excellence on that one. 1 roll, 2 roll. It's a catch. Third catch of the day, Heatran playing ball, earth power on it, and it's, wow, spectacularly awful. But I like to see it, honestly. Followed by an Esper. There you go. Back out after a bite to eat for lunch, but my final incense spawn in that first 2-hour batch while I was making a coffee, 5-minute rotation, brought in a Solgaleo, which obviously doesn't have a shiny potential, but it took an excellent throw and instantly ran away. It's nice to see it though. I wouldn't have expected that one to appear, but it did, so cool. It's our 4th Terrakion, 3287 on the CP, and I'm going to repeat something I had in the previous video, which somebody made comment of, thank you. It's a massive Terrakion. Oh dear, that was completely mistimed. One nice throw is going to ruin everything? Yes, it's going to ruin everything. I think I need to try my hand at some great throws, to be honest. Ooh, not a shiny. 26-25, we finally spotted a Tornadus. I think categorically is my least favorite legendary of, oh, that was a terrible throw, of all time. One roll and out, and probably see you later, sunshine. No problem, no qualms, no issues. That was a terrible throw. I deserve that. We got another shot of the deer. Not a shiny, 3094 CP, and some very noisy parakeets right above our head. Okay, go. I think we'll go for the excellent. The excellent worked on the previous one. One roll and out. You stay. No, it's gone. Okay, everything's leaving after one roll. A bit more brutal on the old catch RNG. I know I've already said that, but it's significantly noticeable. Second Groudon, 2806. Actually, it's a bit of a smaller one, but I don't think I've seen anything that's really low level, and I wonder if that is sort of almost deliberate. Get it with an excellent. That's what happened last time. Straight out, and we get a second shot. Okay, we're not going to play silly buggers with this thing. Let's go for, boom, another excellent throw, but counterclockwise this time. One roll, two roll, and it's a second Groudon catch. Second Groudon to catch today. Duplication, beautiful. Oh, so bad. Absolutely love how terrible it is. I know technically you can get them from trades, but even that one's stats are low enough. Latios, 27-26. I don't want to be too loud because it's actually quite a quiet little residential road, but let's try and get this caught. So we've seen another variety of legendaries today, actually. One roll, two roll, and that one stayed as well. Nice, I'm glad. 0 star, but the reason we came down here is because somebody shouted out, this Honedge is apparently a hundo. Not red, but it's level 1. 19 CP. So we're going to silver pineapple because the likelihood of this thing running away, and let's go for a blue ball because it's got a bit of blue accent on it. My first hundo Honedge. Never had one. 98 some trades. 93 shiny was our best from Gosaur. But that is a really lovely level 1 hundo to have for the day. But I have a suspicion that Honedge will be very rare for now as a wild spawn. So I'm going to keep it as a level 1, I think. I would like to give a thanks as always to my wonderful Patreon supporters who help with the channel, the content, and the production and everything to no end. That extra support really does mean we can go the extra mile. Doing this full time, doing the live events as many as we can do, traveling for crazy little things, pushing the content, sometimes daily, and so much more. Were it not for all of you guys, it wouldn't be a continued possibility. So thank you very much to each and every one of you on the rolling credits, and appreciate everybody who's hit that subscribe button and the like button, commented on videos, etc. over the years. Ooh, I got a Suicune. Back to the video. It was a good job I checked at that precise moment. Our second Suicune in 2 days. The first one decided to run. This time, going counterclockwise immediately on the excellent. One roll, two roll. Okay, you're gonna stay. It gives us another chance. Beautiful. We'll go for our classic clockwise throw. It's my preferred method. One roll, two roll, and out. Is it probably gonna go? It's gone promptly. There we go. But cool to see a second. And as we start coming through Walpole, it's 27-24. The final Reggie of the selection you could have. We've seen one of each now. And I think we caught one. One of the, is it 6, 7? I think it's 6 of them. An excellent throw and a critical catch. Come on, Regirock. And it's gonna be, it's like PvP, but the wrong level, of course. So 2 out of the however many Reggies are available. Caught. That's a 33% hit ratio. Back out now, it's Monday, the final day of this all-out extended weekend, and Dynamax Pikachu is made available, so that was the Max Monday for today. I'm not chasing it. Personally, we'll have G-Max Pikachu sooner rather than later. and I don't even think that's going to be particularly useful in this G-Max meta if you care about that sort of thing, but it's not a shiny. 513, of course, 536, we know the hundo because we've done enough raids of it, but we're going to give it another couple of hours of running this incense and seeing what we can get. Can we encounter a shiny at all? I've seen more and more people starting to get their shinies come through. Jeroen and a few other people on social media. Somebody even managed to get a shundo from an incense spawn. So it is theoretically possible, but few and far between. Pretty dead on the 2-star front, but it's nice to have D-Max Pikachu added to the roster. And we did walk a fair old amount, 82 kilometers last week, without pushing too much of a sweat. Do I have 15 minutes of daily incense? You know what, I haven't done it for the last 2 days. I'm gonna burn the daily incense first. We will put free shot down though for 2 hours to start with. But of course, let me know in the comments below how this weekend totaled up for you, because it's all very well me showing my captures and everything like that. It's what I can put on the video as my gameplay and everything. But that Pidgey decided to run away. That's a good omen to start the day. Yeah, the overall experience for a lot of people has been very underwhelming. So let's see what gets said in the comments of this video, and also what happens for us today. We've actually got a Galarian bird, 2406, literally like the 5th spawn. Okay. People are going crazy. I'm not going to bother checking the article for this one because we only got 15 minutes of daily incense, but we do have the ability to close the game apparently. Let's go hit an excellence on it and hope for the best. No, okay. Not playing nice like the one we had on the Friday. Well, there we go, 15 minutes of daily incense done. Some catches, 1 G-bird sighting, so I wouldn't exactly say it's boosted, but that doesn't really matter now. You guys are watching it and the event is practically finished. Thanks, Kate, by the way, for the RSVP for circuitry, appreciate it. But I do want to do something which I haven't done in a video for a long time. Claim the research breakthrough because, oh my god, we've got a remote pass. All the gods and luck and everything, and it's a Dreepy, unfortunately, but you can get Duraludon, and it's the first time that Duraludon has been available outside of the D-Max system, if that matters to you. What I will say is I'm now going to drop incense for like however many hours. Considering how many items, how many berries, how much Stardust, more importantly, have I used in the process of trying to get these legendaries with free shock or ice burn maybe in your cases, is this event actually worth it? And we'll conclude that at the end of the video. I'm pretty sure you can guess what the sentiment might be, but was it worth it? At long last, we've actually got something off our incense, 2841 with a Lunala in the wild. Maybe 20 minutes or something, slow to get it going. That may be an exaggeration, but it feels like it. It feels like an eternity. So very far away compared to what I'm used to. 1 roll and gone instantly. So I kind of, ooh, followed by a Lugia. 2 ones we hadn't seen before, no shiny, 2842. Lunala, we fluffed the excellent. At least this is fixed compared to what it was with the Shadow a couple of weeks ago. 1 roll, 2 roll, out, and no second chances. Just as I get to the end of my route, I do need to visit Mateo, send over a gift and swap it. Our 3rd or 4th Zekrom, 3010. Go for an excellent. Did the excellence actually work? 1 roll and out. Is it going to give us another chance? They're all being very unforgiving as of Sunday and Monday. Saturday, they were giving you multiple chances. I wonder if they've turned the catch rate down somehow. Groudon on the Monday, not green once again, 3021. Remember, we actually caught 2 of those earlier in this video, unbelievably. So I am going to try. Okay, it's an excellent counterclockwise. I'm meant to go for a great. Instantly out. Definitely worse. This is terrible. Oh, have I got, oh, I got my RSVP for circuitry, perfect. Let's see if this is gonna be, did get a blue one of those last night actually from a remote raid, courtesy of, I think, spamming in with Tony TM. Time to see if we can get anything close to the lovely 2249 for your hundo. Possibly one of the worst, 2167, amazingly awful, but tons of people, I think everybody friendship level up on that lobby of 9. And a blue? A blue? No, it's not blue cables. I want to see how bad this is. Did you guys raid some of the Ultra Beasts? It's the first time they've been back in a long while, actually. I think, I have a suspicion, if this breaks out immediately, maybe my, no, 1 roll and critical catch. Okay, I always think when I tab in and out for screen recordings and stuff, it upsets my game's GPS and nearly the floor. And of course, a Bidoof, the ultimate legendary, is waiting for us. Now, when I tab in and out of the game, I find it upsets my game's GPS slightly. So if I do that, sometimes Pokemon immediately flee from me. And then tomorrow is a Ditto chase. Ditto, ooh, Tapu Fini. Hello, you. Not shiny, 2369. I'm sort of tab in and out. We will go for an excellence on it, just see what happens. Got one of these on day 1. 1 roll, 2 roll, out it goes, and no second chance. Everything's not giving you a second chance as of late. Regice. 2353. I did see, actually, shout out to Hanny Mew, who caught, I think, one of his legendaries using a great ball. I'm going to go for a great throw just to see what happens, because straight out, and no second chance at all today, honestly. Not good on the old RNG front. That's a bit of a shame. It's only our second Reshiram, only 2734. This is a little baby one by comparison to a lot of other ones we spotted, because there was a Zekrom raid. Oh, that was a terrible throw. This caught the Reshiram the last time, to be honest. It hasn't caught it this time. And yeah, another one, no second chance. Genuinely, I think they have perhaps lowered the catch rate as the event has gone on, which doesn't bode well for anybody else, because I had actually quite a good and productive Saturday. Necrozma done. Thanks, peeps, for jumping and making it a quick lobby of 5, I believe, and 2053, nowhere near the 2104 you'd like to see for a hundo. It gave some variety and some mixture to the raids, I think. One more Zekrom, again, not a shiny, but 3248. I think it's the biggest one we've seen. I think Free Shock is doing me over. Maybe we switch to a bit of Ice Burn. I've seen people using Ice Burn to varying different degrees of success. One roll and out, and again, no second chance. Honestly. One more Zekrom, 3207, but I have now swapped Free Shock in for Ice Burn. You can see the different visuals. We've got the snowflakes on. You can see Zekrom is already jumping around. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but you see it adjusts the circle speed. So we'll try, see, it's already attacking. Didn't even get an excellent because the Pikachu header didn't work. It never seems to work, the buddy assist these days. One jump, and it does give us a second chance though, so at least that's something. That's the first second chance we've had today. I'm gonna try get the excellent on a counterclockwise motion. One roll, two roll, doesn't stay, and it's gone. So, not surprised, unfortunately, but that is at least a second chance. Seems to be a Groudon kind of day, 2768 on this one. First attempt at the Groudon with an Ice Burn down rather than Free Shot, and you see this thing's attacking to no end. But maybe just sniping a great might be enough. One roll, two roll, straight away out, and no second chance once again. Yet another duplicate on the legendaries, 3,305 for a Solgaleo. Look at that thing, jumping and attacking. This is why I was running the Free Shock to stop this thing from happening. Pikachu not delivering an excellent. I think they need to fix the body assist, honestly. The amount of times it doesn't actually give the throw that it should do is unreal. So that's another one gone after one attempt. Finally, a second chance to the Kyogre. 2797 on the CP. This thing was the first legendary that popped up for us on the Saturday morning, but of course we were an idiot and didn't click on it quick enough. So now we've got it with Ice Burn on. Great throw, one roll, two roll. Oh my god, it actually stayed. We've caught ourselves a Kyogre, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Let's see how terrible it's going to be. Finally got a catch for the day. I'm amazed it actually worked, to be honest. I was very much expecting that to run away, but come on, we got a Kyogre in the bag. That's redemption. Time to conclude the all-out extended weekend shenanigans. Now, of course, let me know in the comments below how things panned out for you over the course of all 3 days, because one day, as we've seen, is not sufficient to give a decent review of this sort of event. But yes, the last 2 days have been less fruitful than Saturday was. We managed to accumulate 6 catches yesterday, which was the first half of this video, and a measly 1 catch today. And I will say, after that Kyogre clip, I walked around for a further hour or so, not a single legendary spawned. Did get one Terrakion just as we got home, but it instantly broke out and ran. I decided not to record it. So it's a mixture of things caught, that's for sure. A real mix, and it's interesting to see what you get. Had some Galarians, the Unovans, even Hisuian, Rayquaza, double Groudon, and Kyogre and everything like that. However, everything else, and I don't know, like, I enjoyed the bits of the event I did to a certain extent. It definitely got old and dull very, very quickly, as you can probably tell from my tone and mood throughout this whole video. Saturday was like, yeah, it's brand new, let's go for it. Now we've basically had it for 3 days, and even it being for 3 days felt laborious. And that's because of 2 things. As you may see there, we encountered no shiny legendaries whatsoever, and I cannot count how many ran away today, but obviously the vast majority did. No shiny encounter whatsoever. RNG between God knows however many legendaries that were on offer. Very unlikely, even with a 1 in 20 ratio, you're going to pull a shiny legendary. But I do think it's the 30th anniversary event, and it's a 3-day extravaganza. What was wrong with upping the shiny rate of the legendaries and the wild spawns? Because I will say, no shiny today whatsoever. from all the shiny checks and things like that in the wild. And the other part of this event, of course, was all the spawns being available. And I will say, if you did enjoy what you saw, please hit that subscribe button down below and stick around for more. I know not everybody's interested in a whole event review, which is totally fair enough. You can check out a video up there if you want to continue viewing things from the channel. There's plenty of good stuff available. But if you want to sit in for the long haul, hopefully not too long, let's break it down. The wild spawn saying everything that has ever been available in the wild and stuff that's usually available in eggs and things like that is now available, bar a few exceptions, was a bit false, because I will say with confidence, I have seen probably roughly the same 20 to 30 Pokemon spawning in this area over the 3 days. Litten, Weedle, Oddish, Caterpie, and Sork, amongst other things, I have seen so many of, and it just didn't echo that whole thing that was written down in the blog post. If you're going to go for that whole thing, you need to say it's dedicated biomes. Maybe it did, I can't remember exactly, but we know that some biomes are a bit broken at the moment. The Helioptile, I think, coastal biome that's broken at the moment. Maybe things will be fixed once this event concludes at 8 PM your local time, hopefully in time for the Pokecopia event that's beginning on the Tuesday. I just would have liked to have seen a bit more variety, that's the thing, and I don't think there's any issue with maybe asking for that sort of thing, considering it's, again, a 3-day window in a 30th anniversary Pokemon event. It's going to happen once, it will never happen again. What was wrong with boosting things? Now, I've seen quite a lot of Rockruff, seen a few bits and pieces that were egg-locked before. If we're going off the ethos of somebody who's played this game for coming up to 10 years, it wasn't actually that groundbreaking, and it sounded far more exciting when you read about it on the article. Wild spawns were one thing. Let's quickly come back to the whole legendary fiasco. The catch rates were a bad pull, a bad choice, I think, in my view. It should have been much easier to catch them, and also it would have been nice to see some more variety in the levels, because I don't know about you, I think the lowest CP I saw was 2,500. Everything seemed to be super high level, which we know super high level tends to lean towards being very difficult to catch. I'm not quite sure why, like we had with the snapshots for the Unovator with Latios Latias, sadly 1 per day, but roaming legendaries in the past have had the opportunity to have any level available to them. It would have been really nice if we can counter a level 1 wild, Rayquaza or something. Everything was massive high numbers. It was typical sort of legendary stuff. The catch rate should have been better, really, if you're going to offer these sorts of things. For 3 days, for all it's worth, these are legendaries that many of us have raided hundreds of times over. Not having an increased shiny chance and also having the same levels, higher levels, and difficulty to catch. Totally understand where a lot of you were coming from in the comments of the first video, is that it gets very old, very dull incredibly quickly. And it seemed to do so for me, because even with my initial enthusiasm and seeing cool things in the wild, it did get progressively less interesting. A simple fix to that would have been a few things. Obviously, increase the shiny rates. Why not? Boost it to a 1 in 10. I will say a 1 in 10 ratio is usually what a raid day is, and we've seen many circumstances of people doing those raid days and not having a shiny inside of 50 checks. So that presents its own issue of RNG, but better shiny odds, significantly better catch rate. I burnt so much Stardust on Free Shock and Ice Burn, and to what avail? Like, that's what people are saying in the comments, to what avail were you burning these resources? Obviously for me it's a content thing, I can show you guys what's going on, but would you realistically burn, say, 1 million dust to run to catch some legendaries that are most likely going to flee, that you could probably encounter through a raid with a better shiny rate at some point in the future? The sane answer is no, you wouldn't. And that inherently is the thing, is once you put reason to what this event was, there wasn't actually that much to go for and get excited about. So over the 3 days, we've very much come to the consensus that it was probably quite poorly executed. And what it genuinely felt like, and this is a reference to something that nobody's going to understand, but it's like they had this amazing idea, they wrote it down on the article and thought, this is going to be bloody brilliant, we're going to put everything in the wild, legendaries, spawn off incense and all kinds of crazy things. And then one person, but somebody came forward with the sensible shoes on and said, all right, let's rein this back in. And it honestly sort of, they pulled back what was written on the article to maybe like 15% of what could have been on offer. So you can't have too many legendaries spawning. You can't have good catch rates. You can't have a decent shiny. You can't have this. And once you start pulling this sort of thing out of an event, it leaves it with very little to be desirable for. For a 30th anniversary Pokemon event, I thought it could be done a hell of a lot better, with more exciting stuff and better reason to get out there and go and play, really. Because at the end of the day, as I said on my first video, the most common spawn I saw was Weedle. And I remember playing Weedle Community Day in 2020 and getting 6 million shinies, and it's a Kanto Pokemon. That is not interesting. But of course, let me know in the comments below your wins and losses, or however this event treated you. Hopefully you had a somewhat decent time despite the terrible catch rates. Of course, you can check out some other bits and pieces from the videos on the channel here. There's plenty of good stuff available. Check out where we hit level 80. Please do so. There's a big video at the Griffith Observatory before Go Tour LA. Took my time editing that one. But also, until the next time, peeps, do take care.